We'll give it a few minutes, let some people roll on in here. You know, I woke up this morning thinking it was going to be a bad day. I knew it. Oy vey. Brandon Dietz says, boop. Yeah, buddy. We're shut down. Right back where I started, too. So I'll give it a few minutes, let some people roll in here, and then we'll go over the story. Trucker Al always has a story. You guys know that. Melissa says, hey. So he says, there's my yeah, buddy. Oh, for the love of God, people. Alright, so here's the story. Alright, so I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when I got in this truck, they gave me the keys to the truck. Said, here, go check it out. If it's good, you can take that one. So it is a newer truck. It's a 2020. And is that Jax? Holy crap, she made it. What's going on, Jax? William, I can only imagine how and why. Yeah. So, you know, it was me. It's my fault. I open my mouth all the time and I keep telling everybody how I love the Freightliners because I've never had a mechanical problem other than you know, a blowout on a tire. Now we got mechanical problems. So, Kendall. Mom says, hi, hello, cough 2020 cough. Yeah. So, anyways, I get the keys to the truck, I come out, go around the truck, there's no marks on it, no scratches, the inside's like showroom condition, you know, start the truck, everything's fine. So I go gather up all my stuff, bring it over to the truck, I put everything into the truck, and I figured, while I'm setting up the truck, I'll let the truck run and charge the batteries because the truck's been sitting here at the terminal. I don't know how long it's been sitting, so we'll just charge it up. Everything ran fine. Beautiful. Spend the night in the truck. I shut the truck off. I had the bunk heater on, so I didn't have to idle the truck. The next morning I wake up, start the truck. All of a sudden I got a check engine light, the RPMs are going nuts. You guys probably remember the story. I bring the keys into the shop, said, hey, something's wrong with this truck. I need you guys to take a look at it. Mechanic goes out, grabs the truck, brings it in. Well, I can't find anything wrong with it. There's no lights on and everything, the truck's running the bin. Okay. So I go, I get my load and I get moving. And so far I did a load here in Hershey, Pennsylvania, brought it down here to the terminal, picked up another load here in Pennsylvania, took that down to Florida to North Carolina, and then picked up in Virginia that was supposed to go to Lansing, Michigan, but we'll get to what happened with that load here in a minute. So throughout this past week, the check engine lights and the RPMs and the truck bogging down, it's been intermittent. So it's not all the time. Typically, she's only ornery in the morning. But today, the truck said, we're going to have a bad day today. So I start the truck up first thing this morning. I'm in Virginia, and all of a sudden, check engine lights are on, RPMs are going nuts, truck's bogging down. I get warnings on the dashboard, says transmission's not going to shift. Get all this crap. So we're going to skip the BS that I went through with breakdown and my, the asset manager and all that. We're going to skip through that. And I get the load back here to the terminal. I'm going to T-call it here. T-call here means I'm going to drop that trailer off here. They'll attach another driver to that load. They'll have him bring that out to Lansing, Michigan, and my truck is now in the shop. So I left the truck running. This way the check engine light was still on. Because typically what happens is as soon as you shut the truck off and then start it back up, it clears for a little while. So the mechanic comes out here a little while ago and takes the truck into the shop. Now I took a video of what the truck was doing. The RPM gauges, the lights flashing on and off. I took a whole video on it. This way I could show them, hey, this is what it's doing. So it's in the shop maybe a half hour. I'm walking across the parking lot and I see the mechanic pulling my truck out. And I'm like, maybe it's fixed. I knew better than that. So I walk over to the mechanic and I says, hey, is it good? He goes, no. He goes, we hooked it up to the computer. It's only throwing one code, but that particular code has nothing to do with what the truck itself is doing. And he tells me that he believes it's something internally in the motor that they're going to have another mechanic look at it first thing tomorrow morning. Now, I spoke to the shop or the terminal manager here, and he wants an update tomorrow morning. And when I go in there tomorrow morning and I tell them that they believe it's something internally in the motor, I might as well just start packing my stuff now. They're going to say, nope, got to get you into a different truck. So chances are, I'm going to be in a new truck tomorrow. Which means I'm going to have to pack everything up and take it out of this truck, put it into the next truck, and hope and pray that there's no problems with that one. So that's been Trucker Al's week. Holy freaking texts. Let me go through all this. Jack says, oh Jesus, Jax, I didn't want to read that. Dad passed away last night. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I didn't want to read that. I'm so sorry, Jax. You on Mechanicsburg, PA? I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I'm in Mechanicsburg. Yep. So, I mean, I got the truck running right now. And they were going to give me a hotel room, and I'm like, no. I'm not going to go down there. I can stay right here in the truck. So, I came out, started up the truck, and of course, no check engine lights. Truck's running beautiful. It seems like she's more temperamental in the morning. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is I'll run the bunk heater. This way I got heat. And then tomorrow morning I'm not going to start it. I'll let these guys do it. Because as soon as they start it, it's going to start going nuts again. This way they can actually see it and hear it. But this is the first time I've ever had a quote-unquote mechanical problem with one of the Freightliners. I just saw 3 brand new Freightliners here in Columbus, Ohio with the side. Yeah, if they decide to give me a brand new truck, they got a couple of them here. I'm not sure if they're ready to go or not. But I'm not opposed to jumping in a rental car. I'll pack all my stuff up, put it in a rental car, drive that out to Columbus, Ohio, get me into a nice new truck. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Thank you. I hope they can fix or give you one that works. Yeah. You know, the one thing I hate is sitting around. And, you know, I've done a lot of that this week. I've had, you know, Trucker Will and I, we were just talking, and he's another one that he's had a rough week, but his is not mechanical problems this week anyway. The loads that we're getting as drivers are horrible. The loads that Trucker Will's getting aren't paying enough, and the loads I'm getting are just, I'm just calling them what it is. They're shit loads. I picked up a load in Florida, just outside of Tampa Bay, and I was actually on a farm, and I picked up a trailer load of cabbage, but it wasn't from like a factory or anything like that. It was literally straight from the farm. And you know, that particular load was supposed to be ready at 9 o'clock in the morning. They didn't even start loading me till 8:30 at night, and finally got me loaded by 9:30 at night. The receiver for that load was a small hole-in-the-wall farm place. But my next load after that was supposed to be a preloaded trailer that was supposed to be ready at 4 o'clock in the morning. And the way that the time was working, it was that I was going to be, you know, picking it up later on in the day, because I had to do a 10-hour reset first. And then, so after my 10 hours was up, I sent a message on the computer to dispatch, and I says, hey, can you please call the shipper and verify that this load's ready to go? A few seconds later, I get a message back from one of the dispatchers, and he's like, oh yeah, load's ready, go ahead, go pick it up. As soon as I get over to the shipper, they're like, oh yeah, we haven't even started loading that one yet. I was like, son of a bitch. 4.5 hours later, yesterday actually, 4.5 hours later, I finally get loaded. Now, by this time, the ice storm and the snow had already been there. So there was a bunch of us, probably 4 or 5 drivers that were in the shipping office, asking them if we can stay the night there because it was too dangerous to go out. I mean, everything was a sheet of ice. And of course, the shipper's like, no, you can't stay here. You need to go off the property. So everybody was looking at, you know, their apps and whatnot, and like the nearest Loves, there was one 30 miles south. And then if you were heading north, like me, the nearest one was about 60 miles away. So I did a little bit more digging, and I found a hole-in-the-wall gas station that actually had, it was a gas station and then a parking lot with a McDonald's, but it can hold maybe 10 trucks. And so I shot over there, hoping and praying that I just need one spot. Even if I got to make my own spot, I just need a place that I can fit the truck. And luckily enough, there were 2 or 3 spots left, and I was able to squeeze into there. So then the storm blew over us, and then this morning I was going to start making my way to Michigan, but the truck had other ideas. Let's see. It's called Karen. You know, I was just telling Will, I says, I haven't named this truck yet, and I says, I think I'm just going to name it Bitch. In Columbus, there are 3 brand new Freightliners with side radar on the passenger side. Side radar? Yes, rush and wait. Yeah, that's the name of the truck driving game, Jax. You know that. Hurry up and wait. It's just what we do. Hurry up and wait. But snow was bad there today. Oh, was it? Yeah, Trucker Will was up there. He was up in Batavia, New York. And he said it was a complete whiteout where he was at. Now he's making his way. I think he's going to shut down in Ohio or something like that tonight, so. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta love it. It's always something. But, you know, any kind of luck. I mean, the mechanic that was looking at it, I mean, no offense to him, but I mean, he didn't look like a day over 12. So hopefully he just didn't know what he was talking about. And maybe one of the senior mechanics will look at this tomorrow and say, oh no, that's a quick fix. One can hope, right? They're blue. I'll take a blue truck. No problem. I don't care what color it is. But that, I'll tell you right now, that ain't gonna happen. You guys know, every truck driving, no matter where I was, every truck I've ever driven, as far as 18-wheelers, have all been red. Every single one of them. I've never had a different color truck. Which is fine. I mean, red's my favorite color, and I don't care what color it is, as long as it runs. And I mean, just like, this is what bothers me the most, is that, like, right now, she runs perfectly fine. I don't get it. Oh well. Such is luck. I don't know, personally, I'm hoping that if they give me a truck that it's out of here, because I could probably get like a load back down south, maybe to like Georgia or something like that. I don't want to go to Florida. Florida's, you can get into Florida. It's getting out that's the problem. And I mean, even if you do find a load in Florida that's coming out of there, they're garbage loads. You know, the best place down south to get loads out of is Georgia. Georgia or North Carolina. But, you know, what's tomorrow? Friday. If I remember correctly, and I got to double check it, but I believe there's a whole nother snowstorm. I think they named it Tabitha. There's a whole nother snowstorm that's coming up to the northeast. And they're saying that there's going to be a lot of ice all the way from Pennsylvania down to Virginia. So hopefully I can get out of here before that happens. I mean, I had to shut down last night due to the weather. Because even after they got me loaded there at that shipper, I still had probably 8-9 hours that I could drive. Yeah, probably about 8. And then, but I had to shut down because of the weather. And it's a good thing I did, because the 81, the 70, if you look at Google Maps, they were all orange and red. And my buddy Jeremy, he was out in the middle of it. And he said it was like almost every half mile there was a truck or a car, you know, out in the ditch. He said the roads were a sheet of ice. So I'm glad I shut down where I did. I'm in New York going to Vermont. I'm sorry. I hate being in the Northeast. I really do. I wanted no part of coming back up this way. I was hoping when they gave me that load, or when I dropped that load off in North Carolina, I figured I'd go from like North Carolina out to, you know, Nebraska or something like that, head out west. But, and you know, this is what's funny. Listen to this shit. So, I was getting fuel, and a driver had asked me, another Crete driver, he had asked me, you know, what load I was working on. I told him I had to go pick one up that was going to Lansing, Michigan. He says to me, he goes, oh, that's the load I just turned down. He goes, like 3 other drivers turned it down. I says, for what? I go, why'd you turn the load down? And he goes, oh, they're calling for sub-zero temperatures up there. And he goes, that's too cold. I'm not going up there. I says, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you really turned down the load just because of the temperature outside? And, you know, the question is, 99% of the time you're inside the truck. If it's 20 below zero outside, it's still going to be 70, 80 degrees here in the truck. So you mean to tell me that you're going to turn down a load because you don't want to get out of the truck and walk into a truck stop or walk into a shipper or a receiver? That's why you're going to turn down the load? But yet he'll be the driver that's bitching next week that he's not making any money. Pile up in Fort Worth even. Oh yeah, I know. I was looking at some TikTok videos. Me and Will were going through them. Oh my God. That freaking FedEx truck, he killed somebody. Whoever was in that white pickup truck is dead. They said that there was what, 5 deaths out of that? I guarantee you, I would bet this week's paycheck on it. I'll bet next week's paycheck too. I guarantee you that one in that white pickup truck was dead instantly. I could not freaking believe that. Some of them, you know, the TikTok videos, I think there's 3 in general, but they're all different angles. My God. I still can't. Yeah, you know, I'm going to have that image of that FedEx truck. I'm going to have that in my mind forever. That freaking thing came out of nowhere. Flying. Just top speed. Hit a vehicle and went airborne into the trailer of another truck. I can't imagine what that driver of the FedEx, the one that was doing the FedEx trailer, I can't imagine what that driver went through being inside the cab of that truck. That killed me. People do 90 in that express lane. On the 35? Yeah, I know. Yep. It's just, you know, my truck tells me what the temperature is outside. When it gets down to 34 degrees, I even get a warning on the screen that says watch for ice. When I get that warning, I'm off the cruise control and I'm slowing down and I'm watching the road. And this is why I hate driving at night, because it's a lot harder to, you know, determine the black ice. But when you get down to a certain temperature and it's raining out, or you got sleet or freezing rain or whatever, how do you not slow down enough, you know, give yourself enough room to react? I mean, the look of that FedEx truck, he was top speed. He was flying. I don't understand it. Trucker P says, what's up, Al? Not sunny up there, is it? It was a little while ago, but not right now. Fort Worth, yeah. What's it say? Ish? The real firecracker? Busy freeway? You mean me right now? No. I'm at the shop. I drove Oklahoma, it was 24 and freezing mist. See, 24 degrees and you got moisture coming down, it's gonna freeze. So, but I just, you know, I don't understand it. It's just like, you know, when we get the snowfall out on the 80, whether it's through Wyoming or Iowa or whatever, you end up in these big pileups Like the one in Fort Worth, that was a 100 vehicle pileup. How do you not see that snowstorm coming ahead of time? And I can ask that because just like yesterday, I knew that there was an ice and a snowstorm coming into the area that I was in. I knew this hours ahead of time. And had my load been ready, I would have been able to pick up the load and drive the route that I was going to take and beat the storm. However, seeing that I got held up for 4.5 hours, it was a direct hit. But I knew all this. So for these drivers that end up out, you know, driving in the snow, driving on the ice, I don't feel bad for them in the least. Who I do feel bad for are the ones in the four-wheelers. Those are the ones that I feel bad for. Because chances are truck drivers would started that. You know, these big pileups. And it's asinine. There's no reason why these trucks should be out on the road. Trucker P says he's a broken trucker. Yeah. I's a broken. Ice prevention on every DOT sign since Monday. No one reads them. Yeah. Well, it's just like the CB radios. You know, if everybody had their CB radio on, you'll get a heads up. Hey, there's a big, huge pileup 2 miles ahead of you. And nobody ever uses them. So, you know, and then the other thing is, and here's my theory, if you're involved in one of those pileups, chances are you were either driving too fast for the conditions, or you were following too close, or a mixture of both. And for that, I'm glad you crashed, because now you're no longer behind the wheel of a truck. That's my theory. These pileups are just taking all the idiots right off the road. And it's no different with the cars. You know, I love the people in four-wheel drive vehicles that, you know, oh, I got four-wheel drive. I can drive right through this. Yeah. What they don't realize is four-wheel drive don't help you stop. And, you know, you see all these four-wheel drive Ford Explorers and Chevy Blazers, and you see all these four-wheel drive vehicles and all-wheel drive vehicles that are in the ditch, and I laugh at them every time. Every damn time. Because I know exactly what they were thinking. Four-wheel drive, I can go as fast as I want. It's not going to help you stop. Oh, what do we got? If it was me, I would willing jackknife into a wall to avoid killing the family. Bet your ass. I've always said the same thing. Idiots don't slow down, man. They're balls to the wall all the damn time. Yeah, everybody's in a hurry. Every single person out here is in a hurry. Except for the ones that are, you know, doing the speed limit. I had a truck, I asked Will, I was just on the phone with him yesterday. I'm always on the phone with Will. I'm sitting there doing 65 miles an hour coming up the 81. An owner-operator blows past me, and as soon as he gets past me, he darts over into the right lane. Now, I've got a feature on this truck that if I hit a button, it'll tell me how fast the vehicle in front of me is going. 83 miles an hour that truck driver was going. 83 and a 70. So let's just ignore the fact that he's doing 13 miles an hour over the speed limit. Who and why would anybody want to do 83 miles an hour in a loaded semi-truck? You are the largest vehicle on the road, the heaviest vehicle out on the road, and you're doing 83 miles an hour. You should be shot in the face. It's just, you're gonna kill somebody. If not yourself, you're definitely gonna kill somebody else. it just kills me watching these trucks. I mean, I'm doing 65. If I can, Will and I, we agreed yesterday, 68 miles an hour is perfect. I don't need to go any faster than that. And yet these jackasses fly past me as if I'm at a dead stop. It's like, see you in the ditch. And I said to Will yesterday, I says, if I ever come across that, driving down the road and the truck and then crashes, I'm going to drive right by him. I'm going to be like, I didn't see shit. I'm not even giving you the camera footage. I'm going to go right past him. I'm not stopping. I'm not helping. I ain't doing it. You should watch this week's Bonehead Truckers. Oh, I watch him every week. Every time he posts a video, I watch him. It's funny. Yeah. But, you know, that's what we face out here, guys. I mean, it's not the safest job in the world, but we make do with it. We have, when I first started here, a little over a year ago, I noticed that we got a couple of stray dogs here on the parking lot. And I used to feed them. You know, I'd stop at the store or whatever, you know, buy a small bag of dog food or whatever for any time that I came here, and I'd feed the dogs. One dog all of a sudden went MIA. I think he was the male, but you could tell he was older. So I'm not sure if he just died or if he actually got hit. But the female dog, she was really, really skinny. And I had noticed throughout the year that she would, you know, she was starting to put weight on. The last couple of times that I've been here at the terminal, I haven't seen the dog. And you guys see me, I'm looking out that way, is because there's a stray dog over there, and it actually, it looks like her. And I'm trying to see, you know what? Forgot that I had him. I have to go take care. All right, Jax, you take care as well. The guy passing on a blind curve on a mountain. Yeah, and there's that. Yeah, there's some idiots. I'll tell you, here's one. Yesterday I was side by side with another truck. Well, that's not her. That's a German Shepherd. No, that's not even her. Damn, I was hoping it would be her. Side by side with another truck, and a freaking Blazer from behind me takes me and passes me on the shoulder, and then cuts off both me and the other truck. Shoots over from the shoulder to the left lane. So I didn't let up. And this is what I said, the shit we see out here, I stopped caring. I just, whatever. You know, when I first started truck driving, if somebody would have did that, I would have been mother effing them sitting here in this truck. Now it's like, what a dumbass. It's like, nothing surprises me anymore. But I'm a local driver and take off when it snows like this for reasons. Freaking idiots. Yeah. Well, and that's like what I said to Will. I don't shut down in snowstorms because I'm afraid to drive in the snow. I mean, I'm from New York. Driving in the snow is not a problem. It's the other idiots that I'm worried about. I don't care about driving. I'll drive in snow, ice, rain, sleet. I don't give a shit what it's doing out. It's the other idiots that make me nervous. You know, and like I said, it's drivers that are doing 83 miles an hour. Those idiots. You know, and it's the same ones that you'll see on like TikTok and Facebook and all that crap. These are the ones that are on there talking about how they're owner operators and how company drivers aren't even, you know, real drivers and all that other crap. It's like, yeah, you go ahead on with your $200,000 truck and you go ahead and do 83 miles an hour. And when I blow past you, when you're in the ditch, it's your own damn fault. Texas, I never shut down for snow. Teammates always did. Let's see CR England. I just saw a video about CR England today, made me laugh. It was one of the 301 numbers. So starting with a 3, it's obviously the triple bunk truck, so you know it's a trainer's truck. And somebody took a video of CR England and the way that they parked, and they damn near took up, you know, 3 spots. It's like, yeah, I get it. So I was just notified something here in the office, and I'm going to be doing another, we'll call it recruitment video for CR England. So you got me thinking about CR England. I'm going to be doing another recruitment video for Creed and Schaefer. And I wish my drone was working. But I got to come up with some ideas for a good video on that, for a recruitment video. And I did find out that Creed is doing a big hire. Well, they're not doing a big hire. They're in need of a lot of flatbed drivers. Apparently, they picked up a few contracts with certain customers that require flatbeds. So, Creed is focusing on hiring flatbed drivers as well. I mean, they're still hired for dry van and reefer, but flatbed is what they're trying to shoot for. Yeah. I need some food. So I can either order food to the truck, or I can go in the shop and grab one of the company cars and go wherever the hell I want. I would flatbed if they asked. Tell them you want to do flatbed. I guarantee you they'll switch you over. Yeah, I was just told there are a couple new contracts now. They're in need of a shit ton of flatbed drivers. I thought about it, but I'll stick to my reefer. I like pulling the reefers. You know, the reefer units help me sleep. It's been nice. The last week, every night I've got that reefer on, screaming. I had one load that I had it set to -10. Man, I slept like a baby. It's nice. Hello, my friends. Greetings from Serbia. What's going on, buddy? Yep. I think that's all I really had to discuss for now. I wonder, because I was just told that Crete just bought 150 new Kenworths. I wonder if I can convince them to give me into a Kenworth. They can give me into a nice new one. Yeah, freaking buddy. I'd take a Kenworth. I mean, I think the Freightliners have more horsepower than the Kenworths, but in the end, they all do 65, so doesn't matter how fast you get up to it. miss your game stream. Yeah. I don't. I'm glad to be back at work. Yep. Yep. Although I did see that American Truck Simulator came out with their new update. And it actually looks really good. I haven't played it. I still got to update it, but I was actually, there's something I could discuss. I got to, you know what? I wonder, he did message me just as I just started this stream. And I don't have Messenger on the iPad, so I can't check it. But I was going to, my cousin, Jeffrey Gamer, he had asked me if I would sell my computer setup to him. So I told him that, I said, yeah, I'll sell it to you. $2,500 and I'll give you everything to it. Computer, monitors, stream lights, microphone. I'll give you the whole thing. Steering wheel, pedals, side box. I'll give you the whole setup for $2,500. And he was going to talk to his wife about it. And he had just messaged me just as I started the stream. I don't know what he said, but $2,500, take the whole thing. I mean, I've got my laptop, so if I'm going to do any gaming, I mean, I typically don't have time to game. I probably did this week, but, you know, I'm more focused on other things. And so as far as that gaming setup at home, I'd let it go for $2,500. But if he doesn't take it, I might post it up on like the Facebook Marketplace or something like that. I always see comments about people bitching over reefers parking next to them. Nah, they'll get over it. I used to focus on that, but parking is so limited now. I mean, usually as soon as I get the first open spot, I don't give a shit what's parked next to me. Not my problem. But, you know, when I first started driving, you know, I used to think about that a lot. It's like, all right, I'm not going to park there because I don't want the reefer to wake up the flatbed driver or the tanker driver. And then I'd go try and find some other place. If say there's ample parking, I'll park in a spot away from everybody else, and whoever parks next to me, that's their own problem. But I don't feel bad for them. It's part of truck driving. You know, how about the old Freightliners that pull up next to us? You know, I'll shut the truck off, say I'm not loaded or whatever if I don't have the reefer on. And this guy's exhaust is like coming straight out of the motor. I got to listen to that all night long, but yet people are going to bitch about my reefer. I don't give a rat's furry ass. Yeah. Yeah, so if I sell that gaming setup, like I said, $2,500 will take it. However, if somebody buys it where I have to ship it out, the price is going to go up. Because that's going to take an awful lot of shipping. So I'm kind of hoping that somebody local buys it. And if nobody does, it ain't no big deal. Yep. So, yep. The other thing is that, you know, Will and I have been talking about, you know, me moving down to Georgia. And, you know, if I end up doing something like that, like I said to Will, you know, it'd kind of be nice to have that set up, you know, give me something to do while I'm at home. But I don't know. We'll see. the same dog. I don't know. Alright guys, so we're going to kill the stream here, and then I'll be back on sometime in the next few days. I'll give you guys an update as to what truck I'm in, if I'm in this one or if I'm in a different one, but we'll give it a couple days and then I'll jump back on. That's about that. I'll see you guys later.